Hi, and welcome to A Course in Miracles, the ultimate spiritual reality show with Anna Kujawa and
Earl Purdy.
Earl Purdy.
Earl Purdy, Anna
Yes.
Kujawa. Lifelong mighty companions,
Yeah.
holy relationship
Yeah.
partners, as you know.
Two people who've been studying the Course together for 25 years.
Because we want to learn it.
Yeah, because we want to learn it.
Because we want to learn it.
Yeah, and so the purpose of our show is to demonstrate two people who love the Course and love each other, attempting to apply the principles in the Course to their relationship.
And this can be any relationship
That's right,
that we're talking
any
about.
relationship.
Not just talking about a romantic relationship. We're talking about
All of them.
them.
We're talking about all of them.
All of them.
Because they're really all the same. They're really all the same in terms of content. They all follow what your purpose for relationship is. And so, also, our purpose for this show is also to be happy learners. And so, we want to learn while being committed to having fun and being ourselves.
Fun and being ourselves.
Okay, so we want to be happy learners.
What a
Because the
radical
Course says
concept.
that happy learners learn quickly and easily because their minds are free. So we're committed to being ourselves and having fun while we're learning, and that's our purpose. And also the purpose of these shows, as we talked about it, was to heal our sense of separateness from our source, which is love. That's really the purpose of these shows.
So God is love. God is love. God is love. God is love.
God
God
is
is
love.
love.
God
So
is
God
love.
means love. God means
That's
love.
right.
God means, because I need new interpretations of God and Christ consciousness and any of these Christian terminologies that I learned.
Thank you.
And I love that the Course in Miracles gives me new interpretations of all that language that will free me
Yeah.
so that I don't have to avoid it. It's just whenever I hear it, I have an interpretation that the Course has given me that frees me when I hear Christian terminology, where my ego used to try to scare me with it.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
And another definition of love, you are love. You. Love is what you are. That's what love is. It's not something you get. It's not something you take. It's not something you can lose. Love is what you are. I love that definition of love.
Love is what you are.
Love is what you are.
So you are love. You are love Kujawa.
Thank you.
Love Kujawa.
I love that.
You are
Thank
love.
you. I'm Love Kujawa.
You are love Kujawa.
And I can never lose that.
That's right. I'm Love Purdy.
You are Love Purdy.
I am Love Purdy.
And you can't lose what you are.
Can't lose. I've been trying to get rid of me.
I know.
I haven't been able to get rid of me. I've been trying to get rid of me for years. There's a part of me that's been trying to get rid of me, but wherever I go, there I am.
Check it out.
I mean, wherever I go, there I am.
Yes.
You know,
That's
but I've been
right.
trying to get rid of me, but what I was trying to get rid of wasn't me.
That's right.
That's what the Course taught me. No, you were just trying to get rid of what wasn't you.
Whatever you can get rid of and you can lose, that ain't you.
That ain't you.
And so say goodbye to it with joy.
Ah.
Yeah, and the other thing that we want to remember for ourselves and for you is that we are not trying to convert anybody.
No.
And so we're just doing this so that we can learn it. That's our purpose. This is for us to learn it and also to connect with other people who want to apply these ideas to all their relationships.
Yeah. You are my mighty companions, and I want to meet and connect with those who share the path of the Course and peace and innocence with me. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. So yeah.
You know, and I want to take it into our relationship and use our relationship as an opportunity to live the Course.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Imagine living the Course.
So I'm going to read to you,
Okay.
and then you tell me what you hear.
All right.
All right, and this on page, we're on page 316 in the text, the chapter 15, the holy instant, which is the loving instant, the healing instant. So we're only talking about love or fear, love or fear, love or fear, love or fear, love or fear. So, it's through us, literally, it's through us that peace will come.
So it doesn't come from things?
It is through us
Oh.
that
us.
peace will come.
Okay.
Join me. Join me in the idea of peace. For in ideas, minds can communicate in ideas. So if you would give yourself as your creator love,
Right.
if you would give yourself as love gives itself, you will learn to understand yourself.
If I give love like love does, like the creator of love does, then I'll finally understand myself.
You will understand selfhood.
Oh.
You are selfhood. You know what I'm saying? I just like boys in the selfhood. You know, turn the boys in the hood. I'm gonna be boys in the selfhood.
I love it.
And therein is love's meaning understood. But remember
Okay.
remember that understanding is of the mind. Understanding is of the mind. Understanding is of the mind, and only of the mind. It's only the mind that understands. The body doesn't understand. Only the mind understands.
Okay.
Knowledge is therefore of the mind.
Okay.
Knowledge is therefore of the mind, and so the conditions of knowledge are in the mind with knowledge. So the conditions of knowledge are in your mind with your knowledge. The conditions of having knowledge are in your mind where the knowledge is.
Okay. The knowledge is in my mind.
Okay. If you were not an idea and nothing but an idea, if you weren't an idea and nothing but an idea, you couldn't be in full communication with all that. You couldn't be in full communication with all that ever was. You couldn't be in full communication with all that ever was if you weren't an idea and nothing but an idea.
Right.
You couldn't be in full communication with all that ever was.
Got it.
Only an idea can be in full communication with all that ever was. An idea.
Right.
Yet as long, Anna, as you prefer to be something else, that means something other than the idea of love, or would attempt to be nothing else and something else together, you will not remember the language of communication, which you know perfectly, as long as you prefer to be something else or would attempt to be nothing else and something else together. Okay, now that sounds now tell me what you heard. That sounds simple. Sometimes the course of miracles is like sticky glue molasses.
Totally.
You know, it's like
because it's poetic. You know, it's very poetic.
It's more loving than I can stand.
Exactly. That's what it really is.
Yeah, it's just more loving.
It's speaking the language of love, and we don't understand that.
We're learning another language. It's like going to a school to learn to speak a foreign language.
Exactly. So if you feel frustrated not understanding what the course is saying, just know that you are learning a new language.
You're learning a whole language, a whole other way of communicating.
A language that doesn't come from around here.
A language that doesn't come from around here is a language that doesn't come from fear.
That's right.
A language that doesn't come from around here is a language that doesn't
but
come
it does
from fear.
come from selfhood.
But it does come from selfhood.
The selfhood.
The selfhood.
The hood of self.
Yeah, I can just see us. Like,
Man,
like me and you like hanging. We the selfhood.
Let's go with selfhood tonight.
We're going to the selfhood tonight. Baby, I want to take you to the selfhood.
Oh, baby, I love that place.
Now, I know you're trying to stall around. Tell me what did you hear?
I gotta go.
I know you gotta go. Reminds me. How long we been going? About 5 or 10 minutes. Right.
Okay.
Okay. We got a crew here. We have to keep up with everything.
We do need a crew. So with the time clock. All right. Okay. So first thing I heard is that peace is not going to come to you and I through anything of the body. It's not going to come from things. It's not going to come through places. It's not going to come through things. Peace is something that comes through two or more. Peace is something that comes through us. Okay. In other words, peace isn't something you get.
Okay.
Or take.
Okay.
It's something that comes through us. Okay.
Peace comes through us.
Peace comes through us. Now, how is it that peace comes through us? How do I want peace? How do I get it? Well, I go let it come through us. How do I do that? Well, you and I have to agree on the idea of peace. That's the same thing as saying we have to join in the idea of peace. We have to go, hey, what we want to join on, what we want to be about and join on and agree upon is peace.
What we want to join on is peace. We want to join on the idea of peace.
Right. That's what we want to join on.
That's what we want to join on.
Okay. So, and that is communication. That's what it means to really communicate with another person. To join with them in an idea of something loving, something that's eternal. It's really, minds can only join in ideas. So you want to experience real joining? It's the same as saying experiencing real communication.
So how do you join with me?
Okay. So how you and I are going to join is we're going to agree upon some ideas that are loving and eternal, and we're going to say that's what we want to talk about.
So you and I are going to focus on ideas that are loving. And we're going to talk about stuff that lasts.
Exactly.
Okay. We want to talk about stuff that lasts.
And we want to agree about it. We don't want to sit there. We want to agree on some ideas that are loving and that will last.
That's eternal.
Okay. Now, the Course calls this communication. He said that's what it means to really communicate. Now when we talk about, the worldly stuff.
Okay. It's not when we talk about the separation stuff or just the stuff of the world. That's not real communication, because everything in the world that we talk about is temporary.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. So he says that's what it really means to communicate, and really that's the only way to join, and that's the only way peace can come through. So peace only comes through. It's like the circuit, that electricity only moves when the circuit is closed. You know, when it's closed and the ends connect. And so only when we communicate, which means join our minds on ideas that are eternal, only then can peace move through us. So only when minds join on ideas of love, peace comes through us. So we want peace to come through us. That's what we call communication. Now, he says, there's only one way for you and I to really know ourselves, like to experience our selfhood. Like, I am, like, who and what I am. There's only one way for us to know that, and that is for us to give love like love does. Okay? For me to love like love does. For me to love like God does. Okay, that's the only way I can know myself. The only way for me to know myself.
What else did you hear?
Okay, what else I heard is that when I know myself, big ass self.
Your big ass self.
My big ass
Your big
self.
ass self. Girl, you got a big ass.
My, thank you.
You have a really big ass, girl.
You got a big ass self.
Hey, you got a big ass self. A big ass self. You got a big ass self.
Thank you.
A big ass self.
Thank you.
Oh, that's great.
That's because I learned how to love like love does.
So you learned to do it the way love does it. You learned to do it the way love does it.
Yes. Yes. I learned that love, any love the way, unlike what God loves, that ain't love. That's what I made up. So, okay, so here we go. And only then can I understand love's meaning. Only until I understand how love loves, only till I understand how God loves, only then can I really know what love means.
So love is only has the meaning that God gave it.
Yes.
Okay.
And the only part of me that I can really know love with is my mind.
That's interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Damn it.
To think that the only way you can know love ultimately is with your mind.
And that's my ego don't like that.
And
I want to feel love with my body.
Yeah.
You know, now love can be expressed in my body, and it will. But
Yay!
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 But the truth is that the only way you can experience love for real is through the mind. There is no experiencing love like getting love through the body. Now, love can be expressed through the body. Okay, but love is something that happens when my mind joins with your mind to remember the ideas that are in our minds that are eternal, and then my mind chooses to love your mind with the love of God, like God. Like I love you like God loves. Okay? Yeah, I know, it's so big, I don't even know what the hell it's talking about. And I don't have to. I'm just supposed to hear the words that it speaks and give them to you.
That's right.
That's our agreement.
It says you don't have to believe it. You don't have to accept it.
That's
you don't have to
right.
welcome it. Just use it.
I don't have to believe any of what I just said. I just need to say. I need to hear it and say it.
And a lot of it I don't. Obviously, I already had a piece of God.
Exactly.
You know, so I obviously am not already believing a lot of this. But
that's right.
Okay.
Now, the other thing about what we're talking about, like he's saying, like, here's the only way you can really experience real love, which means really know who you are. You can't really know who you are without knowing the real meaning of love. That's just like, you can't. Yeah, I want to know who I am. I want to find out who I am. I want to know what I am. Well, that means you learn the real meaning of love. And you learn how to give that love to another human being. You remember that that's all you want to do. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's where you experience selfhood. Okay? We're from the selfhood.
We're from the selfhood. The only way you're going to remember me of love is to think of thoughts that are eternal and last.
Yo.
Yo.
Yo. What's up in the selfhood tonight?
What's up in the selfhood tonight?
Same thing as in the selfhood last night.
Eternal ideas, baby.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna grill some right thoughts tonight.
Ow!
That's what I'm talking about.
Them right thoughts ideas from the grill.
From the grill. You gotta have a grill. Or you're gonna have, the grill. You gotta have the grill.
Okay. Now, so So to know who you are, and to know the real meaning of love, it is something that you can only experience if you remember that you are an idea, and that's all you are. Okay? If I want to experience the meaning of love and really be able to give you the love of God so that I can experience and understand love, I've got to accept that I'm an idea, and only an idea, and nothing but an idea.
Are you an idea and only an idea, or nothing but an idea? So help me God.
Then you can know yourself.
Then you can know yourself.
Which is the same as saying know the meaning of love. Until you know the meaning of love, you don't know yourself. Because, by the way, the meaning of love is you.
You are the meaning of love.
And as long
as when I used to hear stuff like that, I think, well, love is in big trouble. When I was in my ego more, it's like, I'm the meaning of love? Oh, that doesn't exactly turn me on. When I don't love myself, that idea doesn't turn me on. I'm the meaning of love?
That's why he says that until you learn how love defines love, you can't know love.
Okay.
Love as love defines love. Okay. Now, unless you see yourself, unless you see yourself as an idea, and nothing but an idea, and an idea of love, love's meaning, then you can't see yourself as in communication with everything. And only as you experience yourself as in communication with everything, only in that way can you really know yourself.
Until you get projected more out.
Because, until you experience yourself as an idea that's in communication with everything, you'll never know your real self. And only as you experience yourself as an idea in communication with everything, no.
No, darling.
Babe, no.
All right.
Ego.
Ego. Here it comes. Here it comes, y'all. Get ready.
Ego.
Here comes the ego. Get ready to start some barking. Because we were communicating powerfully.
That thought was too big.
Yeah, I thought it was too big. We had to create some kind of disturbance. Right.
That was too big.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, okay.
So, now, you're an idea.
I'm an idea.
The truth is that you're in communication with everything there is.
I'm in communication with. I am an idea that's in communication with everything. I am an idea that's in communication with everything.
Now that should be a really exciting idea, because it means that anything that's ever been thought, you have access to. Any mind that's ever been, and all the amazing, brilliant, beautiful thoughts that they've thought, you have access to. If you are an idea that's in communication with everything that is. And that's what he says it means to, remember he says that's experiencing being and existence. Remember that? Experiencing yourself in communication with everything that is. But you can experience that experience of being in communication with everything that is if you see yourself as something besides an idea.
Okay. I'll never see myself as in communication with everything unless I see myself as being an idea of love.
Right.
Okay.
Now, when until you've seen yourself and accept yourself as an idea, then you won't remember the language of communication. That's interesting. Would you like to remember the language of communication?
I really want to remember the real communication language.
That's interesting. The language of communication. Mm-hmm. So there's this language, and then there's the language where you're actually the language of communication.
It's almost like there's a language of Spanish and the language of French, and then there's the language of communication.
Interesting. So not all languages are the language of communication.
Some languages are about not communicating.
That's right.
That's the purpose of the language.
That's right.
You know, the purpose of the language of separation is to keep us from joining.
Exactly.
That's the whole purpose, is to separate us.
And that's the new language that we're learning. We're learning the new language of communication, where we actually join in ideas
that are eternal and loving.
That's right.
We join in ideas that are eternal and loving. So the reason why I'm in this relationship with you is for us to join in ideas that are eternal and loving.
Exactly.
And remind each other that we're only ideas.
Right.
That we are ideas and nothing but ideas.
Right.
Okay.
Woo-wee. Now, this language of communication that we're learning, we want to learn with each other, and that's the purpose of our relationship. We know that language perfectly.
Already, we know
Isn't
the
that
language.
Great?
Already,
I
we
do?
know the language of communication.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a part of us that already knows that language of communication perfectly. In other words, there's a part of us that already knows how to truly join. That's what it means to communicate in ideas that are loving and lasting. That's what it means to join. What does it mean to join? Well, it doesn't have anything to do with bodies coming together and doing what bodies do together. That's not what joining means according to this curriculum. Joining means communicating, which means joining in ideas that are eternal and loving. Now, when we do this, we are remembering our true language. That's our true language. That's our soul language.
I am remembering my soul language when I what?
When you join with somebody else in ideas that are eternal and loving, and when you join with someone else in the idea that y'all are just ideas of love that you can't lose, that can't die.
So, and think of how opposite it is from us being in what appears to be male and female forms and personalities, that who we are and what appears to be opposite gender, opposite bodies in a sense, but what we're doing is reminding each other that we're the same idea.
That's right.
We're
That's
just
beautiful.
a holy relationship is just a relationship where I'm reminding you that we are the same idea.
Beautiful. Now that's what the Course means by real joining and real communication. When two minds share an idea equally. He says that's really the only way to really join, is because that's the only way to really communicate. We have all these ideas about what it really means to join and connect with others, and it's all about bodies. But as you can see, that
Yeah, and so
doesn't lead to join, it leads to separation.
And I have to remember not to, just because they're saying it has nothing to do with joining bodies, it's not trying to discourage me from having experiences with my body that appear to be bodies joined.
No, it just means to remember that just to be with a body does not mean communication.
And just because you're with a body doesn't mean that you're in a relationship.
Exactly. He's teaching us what communication really is. And it's not something that our bodies do or words we say or bodies do together. That's not what real communication really is. It's joining minds in ideas that are eternal and loving.
That, to me, that explains telepathy so beautifully. Because if you really got to the point that you knew that real communication only involved ideas and the mind, you would reach a point that you were communicating mentally and
That's
not
right.
needing to
So
say
true.
anything verbally.
That's so true.
So I can even say how we, in a sense, we're being opened up to having almost like telepathy, like a two people in a real relationship are telepathic.
That's right, and it's very true. I mean, everybody's experienced that when you are feeling truly connected to somebody else in purpose, you are telepathic. You do hear their thoughts, and they hear yours.
Because they're the same thoughts.
That's right.
That's
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm getting, it's not anybody else's thoughts I'm hearing.
Right.
It's the same thoughts.
And the Course says that a holy relationship or a real relationship is based on communication. Minds and ideas and mutual purpose, not what the bodies do together. Okay. So, and that was it.
One paragraph.
That was one paragraph.
That was one
Now,
paragraph.
I just
of the
love
Course.
that, remembering the language of communication. I would like to remember the language of communication.
And he says the language of communication which you know perfectly,
Yes.
which means the language of communication is the language I know perfectly.
Yes.
So whatever language it is that I know perfectly, that is the language of communication. And
Yes.
and perfectly means a language that is complete, that is
Yes.
eternal, that is loving, and that it's something that is about minds joining in this idea.
Yes.
Our mind it's like if we would have put as much emphasis on our minds joining as we ever put on our bodies joining, then we would experience the peace of God.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right.
But the ego part of me, the fearful part of me, it goes, no, I'm sacrificing. I'm being asked to sacrifice something. I'm
That's
being asked
right.
to sacrifice the pleasures of the body.
That's right.
There's another one of them teachings
That's
that telling
right.
you that it's not okay to have pleasure in the body.
Right.
And the Holy Spirit, the voice says, your body isn't hoping for pleasure.
That's right. Your body has no hope of pleasure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your body
Yeah.
isn't the one that's coming up with any of the desires you think you have.
Exactly.
It's only your mind that is coming up with your desires.
A pleasure is something that a mind experiences, really. Because otherwise, everybody would experience physical pleasure and pain the same way. I mean, you know that's not true. And so pleasure really is something that's experienced in the mind.
That's what's been so interesting.
Pain too.
That's what's been so interesting to me in watching different relationships with people, where some people seem to be like, really enjoying or wanting your touch or your affection, and then you can do the same thing with someone else, and they contract
Yes.
and they be fearful, which proves that it isn't the physical act at all that's determining how
Right.
anybody's feeling about anything. It's what they are thinking.
That's right. Which tells you that pleasure doesn't come from the body.
It wasn't coming from the touch. It was coming from how I'm thinking about it.
Right. Exactly.
That's where my pleasure and my pain is coming from. It's how I'm thinking about it. You touch me, it's okay. Somebody else touch me, it's not okay.
I'm going to call the police.
I'm going to call the police. Yeah. So what is the difference?
Yeah.
The way I see you.
Right.
The way I see
The
it.
idea.
The idea
I have
about
what it means.
of what it means.
Yep. That's really deep to think that he says the body doesn't have any hope of pleasure. So far from thinking that this course is asking you to sacrifice the pleasures of the body doesn't have any hope of pleasure.
The body isn't going, ooh, I really hope somebody give me a great big kiss.
Exactly.
Your body isn't hoping anything.
That's right. That's right. Everything that your body's experiencing is coming from an idea that you're then projecting onto your body or using your body for. And he says when you start using your ideas to remember that you are just an idea, then you actually learn the language of communication between you and another person, and then you remember the meaning of love, and you remember the meaning of yourself.
And that's why I'm feeling a connection right now that is even more powerful than any connection that we could possibly have in the body. I mean, I'm really experiencing it. I can even feel it with Mighty Companions out there.
Too.
I'm feeling a connection with many of the Mighty Companions right now. It's really weird. It's like that whole idea about we're ideas, remembering we're ideas, giving each other eternal, long-lasting ideas.
Yes.
I'm an idea, giving an idea to another idea of our eternal nature together is what's going to create eternal, constant life and happiness for me. That's totally different from anything the world has ever taught me.
No doubt.
So it must be true.
I mean, really.
So it must be true.
And imagine starting relationships with the purpose of, hey, what I would really like to do with you is to spend a lot of our time together joining in ideas that are true and lasting and eternal and beautiful, and remembering those ideas together. That I've spent a lot of time with a lot of different folks focused on how we can get our body's pleasures best met. I've done a lot of that.
Which we used to call my dreams.
That's right.
It was, how can I get my body's pleasures best met?
Right. Exactly. And I've used, there are a lot of relationships for that purpose. And what I'd like... Yeah, a lot.
Wow. I personally have done the same thing. I've done the same thing.
You must, because I see you.
Uh-oh. Could we be the same? Could we be the same?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm so glad I can say that in total innocence. Yes, I have made the body my goal.
I've had a lot of relationships where the body's pleasures and the body's activities was the goal.
That was the goal.
The goal was not, hey, let's get together and see how much we can remind each other of the truth about each other.
The real truth about each other.
The real truth about each other.
That I am an idea of love, you are an idea of love, that we are both free, that we're both innocent, that we're both joined, that we're not separate.
Right. Those ideas.
Those ideas.
Where that was the purpose.
But that's the purpose.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Right. So joining on ideas of the truth about ourselves so that we could accept them. Okay. So that's that's the kind of that's the way I want to start my relationships now. Yeah. And so anybody who's interested in having a relationship that has the purpose of remembering ourselves as ideas of love that cannot die, that cannot be diminished, that cannot be lost when we share it, that's the kind of purpose, that's the kind of relationship I want to have.
And you can go to the movie,
Absolutely,
and you can take a trip around the world, and you can go to the store,
Absolutely.
and you see. That's what I'm understanding. It's not the Course in Miracles is not asking me to sacrifice anything.
Nothing.
And anytime I come up with the idea that's asking me to give up what I don't want, then I know it's my ego. It is my false voice.
It's just saying, look, do the same things you enjoy doing, just give it a different purpose. Enjoy your relationships, just give it a different purpose. Just give it a different purpose. Give it a real content. And then whatever you do will make you supremely happy.
Whatever I do.
Whatever. If your purpose is to help other people remember that they are the idea of love, they are the meaning of love, and that they can't lose what they are, and you're committed to helping them remember that, and that's the purpose of your relationship with them, shoot, you could, whatever you did after that, skydiving, taking a walk, staying in the house, whatever, is going to be immensely satisfying. Why? Because you're satisfied. And that's what I want. And I would love to be able to say that to new people in my life. Hey, this is what I want relationships for. Does that sound good to you? Great.
And if they say that sounds weird.
If they say that sounds weird, then go, wow, thanks for being honest, and see you later.
Because not that the person is bad, but
No.
because you know they're not helpful in the sense of helping you achieve your goal.
Right.
Like, and a goal is valuable because, the Voice for the Course said in the teacher's manual that what's valuable is what's helpful.
Exactly.
What's valuable is what's helpful.
So now we're only judging people and situations in our life as, is this helpful in terms of the goal I'm trying to accomplish? That's it.
Not bad, not good, not sinful, not guilty. Is the relationship that I'm having with you helpful?
Toward my goal of remembering who I am as love and only love.
Yeah, as a result of us being together,
Right.
do we remember ourselves as innocent love even more?
Right.
Better.
Exactly. Is it helping me to wake up to who I really am as love?
Anna, do you walk away from me feeling more innocent as a result of connecting with me? Or when I seem to move away in the body, do you feel more guilty?
Right.
That's how you can tell whether we just had a helpful encounter.
Exactly. I love starting to judge people, places, and things only in those terms.
Is it helpful to my goal, or is it not?
Right. Exactly. So that's the only judgment the Course is asking us to use. Helpful or not. That's it. Helpful or not.
So
Love
read
that.
this one to me,
Okay.
and I think I'm supposed to, then I'll be the one that say what I hear.
Okay. So in that holy instant where we're not trying to change each other, and we've remembered that we are the idea of love, we're not trying to get it, in that holy instant, you remember God. That's what happens. And you also remember something else. You also remember the language of communication with everybody. Ooh, okay, how'd you like to remember a language of communication with everybody? So you know how to speak to everybody. With God. Because communication is remembered together, just like truth is remembered together. There is no exclusion in the holy instant because, why? Because the past is gone. And with the past goes the whole idea or the whole basis of exclusion. Without its source, exclusion vanishes. And when exclusion vanishes, then it says, and when without source, exclusion vanishes, and this permits your source and that of all your brothers to replace it in your awareness. And then God and the power of God will take their rightful place in you, and you will experience the full communication of ideas with ideas. And when you, through your ability to experience the full communication of ideas with ideas, you're going to learn what you must be. For you will begin to understand what your Creator is and what His creation is along with you. That's one of them highly big old metaphysical paragraphs.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
I know.
Oh,
that's right.
Oh,
Bring
all
this
right.
man some water on that one.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
I know, that one's so big. But,
It's okay. Here's what I'm hearing.
Communication of ideas with ideas.
To me, what I always hear when I'm listening to this and watching this and listening to you is the Voice for the Course giving me the language and teaching me the language of love, even as it's introducing me to the idea that there is. It's like for me, the course is telling me what to do and doing it for me at the same time. It's like it says in the holy instant God is remembered. So to me, it's like saying, how can I tell when I'm in the holy instant? God is remembered.
That's right.
So I'm in a holy instant. Being in a holy instant with you means I'm in a God is remembered instant with you. That's right. I'm in an instant where love is being remembered.
Right.
Okay, that's that. I hear that's the holy instant. Nice. Then I heard that. And when I remember God, the language of communication with everybody is remembered. When I remember how to communicate with God and that the communication is love, now I know how to communicate with everybody. I should be communicating with everybody the way I'm communicating with God, which is with love.
That's right.
So I should be communicating with you in love. So when I finally do remember God, I'll start giving loving communication. That's how I can tell when I'm beginning to remember the truth, because my communication will become loving.
That's right. Exactly. And you'll start communicating like love does.
And I also realized, I heard it say that the truth is remembered together and communication is remembered together. So you and I are remembering the truth together, and you and I are also remembering how to communicate together. And then it says to communicate means to join, and to join mind and ideas. So we're remembering how to join our minds in ideas that are eternal and loving. We're learning how to join our minds in ideas that are eternal and loving.
Right.
Also, if I'm having the healing instant, if I'm having the holy instant, I heard that there's no exclusion. I'm not going to exclude you from the love. I'm not going to see you as guilty. I'm not going to see you as separate. I'm not going to exclude you from the love in the holy instant. And then I also heard that I'm not going to exclude you from the love because your past is gone, and that remembering your past and my past with you is the only reason why I would exclude you from the love anyway.
That's right.
So when I'm no longer holding the past against you, I heal with you.
Beautiful.
That's what I heard. It's because I'm not thinking of the thing that would make me exclude you from the idea of love. I'm not. When I say I'm not going to hold your past against you, Anna, your past, what I perceive as your past against you, is I'm saying I'm not going to hold the things that I thought happened in the past against you, so that there's no reason for me to exclude you from my love, because it's only the past that would do it.
Yeah, nice.
Then I heard that, so since I'm not judging you by the past, then any cause of separation or exclusion between us vanishes, because I'm not holding the past against you or me. So anything that could have made us separate vanish. And then he says that when that happens, then God and can replace the separation in my awareness. The love can finally replace the separation between us in my awareness, because I'm no longer using the past to exclude you from my love. So now love can be in this moment with us. Okay? And then I heard that God and the power of God will take their rightful place in me. It's love and the power of love will take its rightful place in me. So when love and the power of love takes its rightful place in me, then I experience full communication of ideas. So when you and I have no fear of each other, and we're only joining in love and only thoughts of love, then there's no reason for us not to have absolute full communication of ideas with ideas. So we'll be having full communication of ideas with ideas.
Nice.
That's what the purpose of my relationship with you is for. It's to join in you and I having full communication of ideas with ideas. Ideas that are loving, ideas that are lasting, ideas that remind us that we are love, ideas that remind us that we are joined, ideas that keep us from excluding each other from our love and staying separate from each other. I heard that.
Because really, he's saying only minds can join.
Only minds
and
can join.
And I hate that part. My ego hates that part.
My ego never cared for that idea because of my fixation on the body.
Exactly.
So I didn't want to hear that.
But the Course is saying that only minds can join, and only minds can join, and only in ideas that can be truly shared.
And the only ideas that can be truly shared are ideas of love.
That's right. That's it.
Ideas of truth.
Right. Exactly. And it's like that we were saying that there is no freedom of the body. there really is no joining of the body.
Really?
Really. Now, bodies can hang out,
and bodies can appear to
fun,
they can appear to have sex. Bodies can appear to do everything.
They can appear to join, but then they can't have anything more than the appearance of joining. So, if you really want to feel truly joined and in communication with another human being, it's only, according to a course, going to happen through ideas that are loving, that are ideas that are eternal.
And which is the purpose of even having a freaking relationship, if you're going to have one, is to increase the ideas of love and the ideas of truth and the ideas of freedom. Not use each other to forget these ideas with guilt and scripting and anger and upset and specialness as we do it.
See, I've got some ideas that are weak in me. The ideas of love, the idea that I am love, the idea that I'm not a body, the idea that my value exceeds.
You said they weaken you?
I have some ideas, I have some ideas that are weak in me. Okay. That are weak. That's
that are weak ideas.
Yes. Okay. And there's the idea that I am love. And that idea is weak in me. And I need to strengthen it. I really do need to strengthen the idea that I am love. I do. Because otherwise I'm using people for ego. And I know if I love. I need to strengthen that idea that I am love and that I can't lose what I am. And the only way I can strengthen that is to join with you in remembering that idea. And he's saying that that's what real communication is, and that's the only thing that communication is. And that's the only way to know the meaning of love and to know what you are.
Oh, okay, that's all?
Yeah, that's
it.
And then,
piece of cake.
And then, whatever we do with our bodies with each other doesn't hurt us.
I love that idea.
Me too.
Because we're using the body for the purpose that it was meant to be used for. It's like Spirit says that. So it's like if you got pain, it just means that you're not using it for the purpose that it was meant to be used for, which is another way to share the idea of love and you as love and you as truth and you as freedom.
The purpose of our body in our relationship is to use our bodies to say the ideas
to each other
and using our bodies to do this
and demonstrate. And
now we can have fun with our bodies. And we can have fun with our bodies without hurting ourselves through our bodies,
because now we know what the real purpose of the body is. Communication.
Communication. Joining minds in love.
Joining minds in love.
Ooh-wee. It's getting warm in here.
Let me see. Okay. Okay, so now we experience the full communication of ideas with ideas. Through my ability to do this, I will learn what I am by continually communicating ideas of truth with you, with other ideas of truth in you. I will come to know who I really am as love by communicating these ideas with you. So that's how I simplify it down. It's like if I'm trying to make sure that I'm communicating the right ideas, then I go back, okay, what would the Course say? What is the Course saying it is? And then to say what the Course says to you. You know, not my definition of love, not my definitions of ideas, but what the truth says. And what does it tell me? Well, the real idea is going to be the idea that is lasting, eternal, loving, freeing, joining, strengthening, unlimited. Those are the ideas that are the language of communication.
That's right.
Real communication are made up of those thoughts. Real communication are made up of those loving types of thoughts.
The language of communication speaks those thoughts.
Speaks those thoughts.
Right. Instead of Spanish, it speaks those thoughts.
It speaks those thoughts. It said, then I will begin to understand what God is. I will begin to understand what creation is. I will begin to understand what creation is and what God is through communicating ideas that allow us to join and help me totally and completely let go of anything from the past that I would hold against you that would make me exclude you from the love. So the purpose of our relationship with you is to always exclude the thoughts from the past that would keep me from going beyond the veil of your body to the idea of love that you really are. I want to get to the idea of love that you really are. That's what I heard.
That's beautiful.
So out of this, what was like the main kind of point that sticks out for you?
Oh, let's see. Okay. Then the main thing that sticks out for me is that that I've experienced a lot of bodies being together, relationships where our bodies were together, but I didn't feel really connected to that person. I felt lonely a lot, for starters, and I felt disconnected from them a lot. And I'm realizing in this section it's because I wasn't speaking the language of communication with them. We weren't really communicating. We were just being together for the purpose of the bodies doing things together, which means we weren't really communicating, and that's why I didn't feel really connected, and that's why I felt lonely.
Okay, so your bodies were doing things together, but your mind wasn't really joining.
Exactly.
Real communication wasn't happening.
That wasn't the purpose of the relationship. The purpose of the relationship was for what our bodies, the pleasure of our bodies, what our bodies could do together.
And sometimes, people forget that the pleasure of the body isn't just talking about a sexual experience.
No.
It's anything that you're trying to experience in the body that makes you forget the truth about yourself.
Right, exactly. And so it explained a lot for me, the loneliness and disconnection I felt, and the dissatisfaction I felt in a lot of my relationships, and romantic, personal, business, family, all of it, that the way to really feel connected, connect with another human being, is through the language of communication. And I heard that we are learning a new language. A language through which we really truly can connect with another being, and that only when I learn that new language of communication can I remember the meaning of love and God and me. So learning the meaning of love and the meaning of me and God comes through us, like you said, through us doing what? Through us remembering and learning the language of real communication, meaning you and I joining our minds in loving and eternal ideas.
Wow.
How about you? What was the main thing?
Well, one thing for sure, I didn't remember all of that. No, I love to hear the truth come through you. It's an absolute example of what the voice for the course is telling us at the same time.
Yes,
that it must come through us.
That's what it's saying.
It's like I'm hearing the truth come through you, and it's really bringing home to me that if I'm going to hear the truth, what I'm hearing is that what you just shared with me is the true purpose of the body. Yes. You just use your body to remind me what real communication is. Yes. Thoughts that are eternal, that have to do with us remembering together. Yes. That's the whole purpose of our relationship is to use our relationship to join minds. That it's in ideas that minds join. And I try to remember too that it says to communicate means to join minds. Right. That communicating is more of a purpose than the forms of the words that you're using.
That's right.
Real communication is when we are actually really giving each other ideas that really, really are loving, really are eternal, really do remind us that we're ideas.
Right.
I really want to focus on that also, that idea that I am an idea and that you are an idea, because sometimes ideas don't seem as real as the physical does.
Right. That's right.
So sometimes when I'm told I'm an idea, it doesn't seem to have the strength and the power as when I'm being told I'm a physical body.
Right. That's right.
And so I have to remember that it was an idea that made this physical body. So the truth is, the idea of me can last longer than my physical me. So what's real, the idea of me or the physical form of me? So listening to this and saying, you want to get in touch with the eternal idea of who you are, because that part of you transcends the body. The body doesn't stick around as long as the idea that thought it up.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the idea of Anna will live far beyond the physical expression of Anna. So if I really love you, I really want to join with the part of you that I can never lose, the part of you that is real, the part of you that's eternal. And to do that, all I have to do is be willing to communicate those kind of ideas to you, and then don't let the past. Right. That was the other thing to think about. The separation vanishes the minute the cause of the separation leaves, and the cause of separation is always something from the past, which is the gone, that I'm telling myself to make me want to be separate from you. Right. So if I'm really willing to let go of anything that I would tell myself to make me want to be separate from you, then in the separation that you and I experience would vanish. I would join with the idea of who you are, and we would experience the peace of God, remember how to communicate with everybody at the same time.
Deep. Wow.
That's what I heard.
That's awesome.
And I want to practice on it.
I didn't remember that.
I want to practice on it with you. And I want to practice on it with you.
I want to practice on it with you.
So, this would be a great place to stop.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, because I got to integrate that. That was really cool.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Ah, you're such a blessing in my life. I'm so grateful for our holy relationship.
Oh man.
I'm not going to try to change you to meet my imagined needs relationship. I'm not going to try. You're not here to meet my imagined needs. I'm going to free you from my imagined needs that you're supposed to fulfill without me even telling you what they are, which you really can't do anyway. So I'm going to free you from that as much as I can.
Thank you.
I really am.
Thank you.
That's what I'm working on.
Thank you. I really deeply appreciate you having that purpose with me. It makes me feel really safe.
Well, that's
really
what I
safe.
would do. That's what a person does if they love you.
That's right. That's what love does.
That's what love does.
That's what love says.
That's what love. We just heard what love does and what love says. So all I have to do is compare what I'm saying to you with what this is telling me. And if it doesn't meet this standard, I'm not expressing love to you.
Right. Thank you for having the goal with me of loving me like love does.
I want you to have the real deal.
Thank you.
And no more that phony special stuff that only lasts as long as you seem like you meet my imagined needs.
Exactly.
You know. So it's so anyway, we want you to check us out. I'm Earl Purdy, and I have lots of videos and classes on my website. And so I'm here for you. We can do this together. We can have personal consultations and remember together, or not.
And what's your website address?
My website is www.earlpurdy.com. earlpurdy.com. Also, I did all of the workbook on video.
Yeah.
So you can just Google my name and the lesson number of the Course in Miracles that you want to go over, and I will pop up and we will be doing that lesson on video together. It'll be so much fun.
Sweet, yes. And my website is annakujawa.com, and I am getting to the point where I've got all my class videos from my website and on YouTube. So I'm in the technological learning curve, but but soon the videos of my classes will be either on YouTube or something else, or my website, and you can access my Course in Miracles classes as well. And I'm also a holistic psychotherapist, and I am available for counseling sessions. And I would love to join with you in allowing the language of communication to be remembered.
That's right. We're giving what we want to receive, you know, and you're our mighty companions. I love that in the Course. It says we're mighty, mighty companions. So we want you to let peace and love, we want to let peace and love extend from our minds and hearts to yours. Yes.